everybody, my name is Sera Jo. This week I'm co-hosting music lessons with Carlos. See you!
Welcome everybody to another live session in music lesson webinar with Carlos. Today we will cover different topics such as ear training, music theory, keyboard skills, chord progressions, and contemporary voicings. We also have some new piano tutorials, so stay tuned and let's get started. Well, thank you, Sera Jo, for that blues lick from your blues lick collections. Yeah, last week we played blues lick number 1. Now it's blues lick number 2 in all 12 keys, and I would like to play this video again. It's just great, yeah. And as I said last week, after watching that video, I really went and I practiced that riff, that blues riff in all 12 keys, yeah, kind of, reminds you, Oscar Peterson style, yeah. So why don't we listen? And I'm gonna leave this video on so we all can check this part and we can practice with it along with the video. So here we go. Okay, great. So now we're going to continue our practice. We're going to start with chromatic scales as usual. We're going to do a warm-up on chromatic scales. And what key are we going to work today? Today we're going to work on the key of B flat. Maybe I even can zoom my camera a bit more. That's better. Okay, and my piano. Let me see. Okay, I think now I got the right volume. So we're going to play a pedal note with the left hand, and then we're going to play the scale with the right hand up and down. We're going to sing at the same time using movable do. Do, di, re, re, descending. Do, ti, te, la, le, sol, se, fa, mi, me, re, ra, do. Okay, so now we're gonna take it to the next level. Yeah, we're gonna use now traditional key signatures. Before we were using open key signatures, now traditional key signatures. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna now touch the keys of the keyboard. Yeah, but we're not gonna play, we're gonna sing. So that's gonna take it to another level. See if our musical memories of each note is really well established. So here we go. Do, di, re, re, mi, fa, fi, sol, si, la, li, ti, do. Good, descending. Do, ti, te, la, le, sol, se, fa, mi, me, re, ra, do. Okay, so that was a nice warm-up. And now we're gonna move on to bass clef. Yeah? Bass clef. In both open keys and also traditional keys. Key signatures, yeah? So now, we're gonna play a B flat major triad, a spell, and now we're going to play the scale, ascending and descending. So here we go. Do, di, re, re, mi, fa, fi, sol, si, la, li, ti, do. Descending. Do, ti, te, la, le, sol, se, fa, mi, me, re, ra, do. Okay, and now we're gonna go to, we're gonna use traditional key signatures, and what we're gonna do the same. Yeah, we're gonna play our right hand major triad pedal, but now we're not gonna play the notes, we're just gonna touch the notes, but we're gonna sing. Yeah, so that's gonna emphasize, we're gonna activate our musical memories, yeah, of each note. Here we go. Do, di, re, re, mi, fa, fi, sol, si, la, li, ti, do. Descending. Do, ti, te, la, le, sol, se, fa, mi, me, re, ra, do. Okay, that was a nice warm-up with chromatic scales. Yeah, I always like to do chromatic scales because with movable do, just in one pass going up and down, we just cover all the harmonic relationships. Yeah, containing in any key. So here now we're gonna move on to our ear training section. In the ear training section, yeah, we can have 4 parts. Yeah, that I like to cover. One is single notes, melodic patterns, diatonic triads, and diatonic intervals. Yeah, that's something, a part of my curriculum, yeah, that I've been working for many years now in different colleges. Yeah, so let's warm up with single notes. How does this work? Yeah, we're gonna play a triad, and then we're gonna sing each of the notes in whatever key the triad is implying the key center. So if I play do will be here, and then we're gonna sing do, and then we play the note and we check if what we played was correct or not. So why don't we start? Key of A. Let's sing do. Do. I'm gonna wait a couple seconds to give a chance everybody to get that note. Next one, D flat. We're gonna sing Fa in D flat. Fa. And it's also important, yeah, to be able to play the note on the keyboard, so we're not just working with the feeling, but also with our visual ability to be able to locate all the different notes in all 12 keys in a fraction of a second. So let's go to the next key, and let's go to the key of E. We're gonna sing T. T. Good. And moving on, let's go to A flat, key of A flat. And we're gonna sing Mi. Mi. Okay, now let's go to key of B. In the key of B, we're gonna sing La. La. Okay, and moving on, let's go to G flat. G flat, we're gonna sing Re. Re. Okay, and let's go to F. The key of F, we're gonna sing Sol. Sol. Okay, good. So that was a nice warm-up with single notes. Now I would like to move on into diatonic triads. Diatonic triads. And okay, so here we have our diatonic triads. Yeah, I know the symbology might look a little bit different than in traditional harmony. In traditional harmony, sometimes the only triads that are with caps are the major ones, and all the other ones are in lowercase. But I'm using chord scale harmony symbology, symbols. Yeah, so everything is caps. Chord scale harmony is pretty much what I use in my own music, yeah, in my own work. It's not a diatonic-based analysis system like in traditional harmony, but it's more like a chromatic based system, yeah, since it kind of adapts, in my opinion, yeah, to contemporary tonal music, yeah, so much better, yeah, so that's what I tend to use, even though in college I teach both. Yeah, so now, why don't we, here the process is, again, we're going to establish a key center, can be anything, let's say key of F. Then we're going to sing the first triad, yeah, diatonically. Do, yeah, do, mi, sol, mi, do. And at the very end, we play the triad just to make sure that what we are singing is correct, and also kind of to integrate everything. Yeah, so we're gonna give it a pass. And by the way, we're gonna do a couple passes, but we're gonna sing them in a different way. So here we go. Let's start with a key of A, 1 major. Now wait a couple seconds. Do, mi, sol, mi, do. And let's go to D flat. D flat, we're gonna sing 2 minor. Re, fa, la, fa, re. And let's go to the key of E. Key of E, we're gonna sing 3 minor. Mi, sol, ti, sol, mi. See, I'm also letting the root ring, yeah, so that kind of, it gives us a sense of that triad, but always in relationship to a certain key which is in the background. Yeah, so that kind of emphasizes that musical perception. So now we're gonna go to A flat. Yeah, I'm just moving through keys at random. A flat, and we're gonna sing 4 major. Fa, la, do, la, fa. And moving on, we're gonna go to the key of D. We're gonna sing 5 major. Sol, ti, re, ti, sol. And moving on, let's go to the key of G. And in the key of G, we're gonna sing 6 minor. La, do, mi, do, la. And moving on, let's go to E flat. Key of E flat, we're gonna sing 7 diminished. Ti, re, fa, re, ti. Okay, that's a great way to start internalizing the sounds of all the diatonic triads. And of course, we're singing just up and down. Can we sing in another way? Yes. We can sing down and up. Let's say the 1. Sol, mi, do, mi, sol. We can do different patterns. Yeah, starting, let's say, maybe with the 3rd. Mi, sol, mi, do, mi, and so on. I think we have like 18 different patterns, yeah, with a 3-note chord with a 4-note group. Yeah, we can, I think, if I don't remember, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so it's actually we can explore. Yeah, we can explore in that type of exploration. Yeah, it seems to me is extremely useful, not just for jazz players and improvisers, but for composers, songwriters. So we're developing our melodic skills, yeah, more and more. Okay, good. And now I want to move on. I want to go back to scales. Yeah, but I want to do scales in a different way. Yeah, instead of chromatic scales, I want to work with modes. Yeah, I want to work with modes in chord pairing. Maybe I even can zoom in my camera. Perfect. Okay, so now we're in the key of F. Yeah, we're in the key of F, but I'm using open key signatures, actually, especially because I'm going to be working kind of a modal interchange format. I think using open key signatures is probably the easiest way to visualize. So I'm going to play a cluster. Yeah, in my cluster technique, I'm going to review cluster technique is I'm going to play the lower 4 notes of a scale, upper 4 notes of a scale. And what that does, it just helps me visualize. Yeah, it helps me visualize my scales really well. Yeah. Yeah, so I can do this in any scale. Okay, how about B flat Dorian? How about A flat Lydian flat 7? How about E altered? How about G symmetrical dominant? How about D flat whole tone? Okay, when we have a scale that is not an 7-note scale with a doubled root, which will give us 8 notes, yeah, then we have to adjust. Yeah, so maybe one hand is going to play 3 notes, the other one is going to play 4 notes, or in the case of a symmetrical scale, yeah, which is a true 8-note scale, then if we double the root, we're going to end up with 9 notes. So again, one hand is going to play 5 notes, and the other one 4 notes. Yeah, but the idea is kind of the same. Okay, so that's our cluster technique, and now we're going to go back to our F major mode. And why don't we sing? We always should sing. Let's sing. Now we're gonna sing descending. Why not? Everything descending. Do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Then we hold, and then we're gonna see what is the chord pairing. Chord pairing to the scale, yeah, is major 7, major 6, major 7, 9, major 6, 9. In major 7, 9 with 13th. Yeah, those are the voicings available to pair with this scale. Now we're gonna move on, and we're gonna go to Dorian mode on F. Cluster. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Oh, we said that we're gonna sing down. Do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. So that is my cluster. Yeah, that is my cluster on F Dorian. F Dorian related to E flat major. But I tried to I train myself to see every scale as an individual entity, so I can learn to just visualize them. And later on, once I can visualize and it's just a living object inside of my mind and body, then of course, then I can relate it to different key centers. I can give it different meanings, which are more like logical, abstract functions, But the real function, which is, this is how it looks, this is how it feels, this is how it sounds, So all those three direct memories, they're already built inside of me. Okay, so now, this is our scale. Chord pairing, we can connect this scale, pair this scale with a F minor 7, F minor 7, 9, F minor 7, 9, 11, and an F minor 7, 9, and 13th. Sometimes, I remember when I was studying at Berkeley, my teachers were telling me, Carlos, be careful with this chord. Why? Because you have a 13th, and that 13th actually is going to create a tritone with a third. Which is the same tritone that the relative dominant will have. So it kind of mushes everything harmonically. Nevertheless, if you have this chord just by itself, more like in a modal setup, then now it's, we can hear it everywhere, from fusion to pop. So it's very appropriate. Very appropriate to use it. So now we're gonna move on. F Phrygian. I'm gonna go singing up and down. Do, ra, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do. Cluster. This is my cluster. F Phrygian. Descending. Do, te, le, sol, fa, mi, ra, do. And F Phrygian is going to be related to D flat major. Nevertheless, I just want to see F Phrygian as an individual entity. So, chord pairing. I can pair this F Phrygian with a minor 7, minor 7 11th. And in my opinion, more interesting, with an F7 sus, F7 sus flat 9, F7 sus sharp 9. Even both. So good. So very interesting scale. Now let's move on. We're gonna go to F Lydian. Do, re, mi, fi. That's a color note. Fi, sol, la, ti, do. And descending. Do, ti, la, sol, fi, mi, re, do. Okay, and this scale is paired. It derives from the C major scale. Nevertheless, we're training ourselves to see the scale just by itself. It's an individual entity. So here we go. F major. We can pair this scale with an F major 7. F major 6, F major 7 with a 9th, F major 6, 9, F major 7, 9, sharp 11, F major 6, 9, sharp 11, and then F major 7 with a 9, sharp 11, and 13th. Okay, so this chord is actually very, or this chord scale pairing is very useful. Let's say that I'm in the key of C. Where can I use major 7 with Lydian mode pairing? Well, if I'm in the key of C, I can use that on my flat 2 major 7. I can use that in my flat 3 major 7. I could use that, of course, in my 4. I can use that in my flat 7 major 7. I could use that in my flat 6 major 7. I can use that even in my flat 5 major 7. I'm in the key of C, flat 5 major 7. Yeah, I could use all of those. Maybe, you know, in some systems they call it modal interchange chords, yeah, and rightly so. So now we're gonna continue to the Mixolydian mode. Mixolydian mode, very important too. We're in F, Mixolydian mode in F. F Mixolydian will derive from B flat major. Again, but we're just seeing F mixo by itself. It's an individual musical object. Do, re, we're gonna sing. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, te, do. Okay, good. Yeah, so let's stay there and let's see the scale. Let's sing down. Do, te, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. And one of the things that I like to do is just stay with the scale and just contemplate, meditate on it for 5-10 seconds. Yeah, just listen to the sound. Feel the feeling. You know, how does it feel to my right hand? How does it feel to my left hand? And just the visual part. How does it look? Yeah, and actually to do that, to me, is one of my most important practices. Yeah, it seems like when I do that, all of that just gets absorbed. Okay, so now we're gonna go to our chord pairing. So Mixolydian mode in F, I can pair it with an F7, F7-9, F7-9 13th. And also very interesting, I can pair my Mixolydian mode with a F sus4, S sus4-9, and F sus4-9 and 13th. Yeah, so that's very interesting. And let's move on. Aeolian mode. Aeolian mode. In F, Aeolian mode in F would relate to A flat major. Yeah, but we're learning to see F, Aeolian, as an individual musical object. Yeah, so we're gonna sing up and down. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, te, do. And yes, I want to emphasize that because I think the way I learned it, you know, when I was back in school, yeah, was always in relationship to a major key. And of course, and theoretically, you know, that makes sense and is useful. Nevertheless, then we should take it to another level. And we should try to see all those scales as individual objects, because that's pretty much the way we're going to use them. Yeah, so we're just training ourselves to perceive something that we're going to use them pretty much in the same way. Now we're going to sing descending. Do, te, le, sol, fa, mi, re, do. And together again. And let's just meditate on this for 5 seconds. Good, so now we're going to go to chord pairing. Yeah, we can pair the F Aeolian mode with a minor 7, minor 7-9, and minor 7-9 11th. There is another way, yeah, also to pair, which would be, and this would be more like not so much thinking about the traditional tertial harmony, but more like a modal harmony. Modal harmony, the way I see it, yeah, is okay, I have the mode and I'm gonna start painting, especially in emphasizing different notes to accentuate different colors of the mode. Yeah, that's how I see it. Yeah, so in this case, how about if we have a D flat major 7 over F? Yes, to me, wow. Yeah, it just kind of paints that color so much better. Okay, good. And we're gonna continue. We're gonna continue to F Locrian. F Locrian. F Locrian relates to G flat major 7. But we're gonna see F Locrian just by itself. So we're gonna build it and sing Do, Ra, Mi, Fa, Se, Le, Te, Do, cluster. And we're gonna sing descending too. Do, Te, Le, Se, Fa, Mi, Ra, Do, Mu. And together. Let's just meditate on this. 5 seconds. We can do this for 5 seconds. So let's just pay attention to those 3 elements. Yeah, sometimes I tell my students, oh yeah, there's 3 elements of direct perception. What we see, what we feel, and what we hear. Good. So now let's see the a chord pairing. Yeah, chord pairing, we have a minor 7 flat 5. We can have a minor 7 flat 5 with an 11th. And we can have a minor 7 flat 5, 11, and flat 13th. Very interesting. Okay. Now, like in the Aeolian mode, can we do something similar like that? Yes, we can. So instead of thinking in, more like a traditional tertial-based chord scale harmony, we can think about more like building our chord modally. So we have the whole mode. And then we're going to start choosing certain notes that are going to emphasize the color of the mode. So in my opinion, what I like to use is a G flat major 7 over F. It kind of emphasizes the flat 2. Yeah, that would be one possibility. Yeah, and it works fine. Yeah, and that I actually could use also in Phrygian mode. Now, in Locrian mode, another choice that I like is a B major 7 over F. That's a very interesting chord. Yeah, so very nice. Yeah, we can start working with some F Locrian melodies and building them up. Okay, good. Yeah, that was our chord scale workout for the week. And now I want to move into chords and voicings. I think today's musical diet, is going to be very balanced. We did our ear training. We did our single notes, diatonic triads. Now we're doing our modal major modes with chord pairing. And now we're going to do some voicings. Voicings. First, I want to explore a couple of those. I was going to do another one, but okay, this one is already here. Yeah, actually, this chord extension comes from the harmonic minor scale. Yeah, because you have here a minor 7 and you have a minor 7 with a sharp 11. Yeah, we don't have minor 7 with sharp 11s, neither from a major mode or melodic minor mode, but we only have them in modes related to a harmonic minor scale. So let's see. We have a minor triad. We're going to add a minor 7. We're going to add a 9th. Now, instead of an 11th, it would be more connected to a Dorian mode. We're going to add a sharp 11. and then a 13th. Oh boy, this chord sounds so unique. And I have to confess that I have not explored it enough. Yeah, so I have to do my own homework. I'm gonna go back right after class and I'm gonna start checking it out. Yeah, see what can I write, what can I, start exploring with this sound. Yeah, so there we have it. And where does this chord come from? I think this would be the fourth mode. C is the fourth mode of the G harmonic minor mode. So we start on C. Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, that's where it comes from. Okay, so this is a completely different way of building our chords than what we did before. Yeah, there are different ways of seeing the same process, and now we're going to explore another way. And the other way that I want to explore is using tension substitutions. And I'm not going to use the cycle. I'm going to use a different cycle. Okay, how about cycle of fifths? Yeah, that's more user-friendly. Okay, so here we have a dominant 739. And the previous weeks we have done this voicing in root position, first inversion, second inversion, and today we're gonna practice it in third inversion. Oh boy, I said this last week, but I didn't have time to correct. Yeah, the last note is not a 5, it's a 13th, and the top note shouldn't be sol. Yeah, it should be a la. So we should have a te, re, mi, la. Okay, so I have to correct this. I said this last week, but I didn't have time. I was in the middle of exams. Okay, so just bear with me. So we're gonna, there are different levels of practicing. Yeah, one level is the foundational level, which I always think is the most important. Is we're just building our musical memory. Yeah, so the way that we do is we just play the root with our left hand and right hand. We're gonna build note for note. Te, re, mi, la. Okay, it's not sol, it's la, it's not 5, it's 13. That's a typo. I'm gonna correct it for next week, hopefully. And we're gonna follow this cycle. So here we go. Te, re, mi, la. And then we play. Now we're gonna go to G. Same thing. Te, re, mi, la. Following to the next key of D. Te, re, mi, la. And yes, we have to sing. When I was teaching in the Musicians Institute, I found that I was teaching only by visualizing. And of course, my students were really picking it up very fast and were able to play in all 12 keys and feeling great, but they couldn't hear. And I was horrified. Yeah, so then, okay, from now on, everything changes. We have to sing everything. We have to learn to, internally hear every single note. Now we're gonna go to A. Yeah, so we're just following this cycle. A. Te, re, mi, la. Let's go to E. Te, re, mi, la. And B. Te, re, mi, la. And moving on, G flat, just following cycle of fifth. So it would be great if you can hear the note like a fraction of a second before we play. Te, re, mi, la. That would be true ear training, yeah? So because we're activating that musical memory just a fraction of a second before we actually play. If we cannot do this, then we go to, we just sing and play, and that's perfectly fine. But it's always important to see what are we doing. Yeah, be conscious about what are we doing, what part of our selves we actually are working with. Okay, so now we're gonna go to D flat. Te, re, mi, la. A flat. Te, re, mi, la. E flat. Te, re, mi, la. And let's go to B flat. Te, re, mi, la. And F. Te, re, mi, la. And then we go back to C. Okay, so that's one way of practicing. So now we're gonna go to another way. And I'm gonna change my cycles here. What cycle should we use? How about this cycle? Cycle of minor thirds ascending. E flat, E, G, B flat, D, F, A flat, B. So now we're gonna go more into an application mode. We're just gonna play the chord. Boom, and then we go to the next key. Yeah. So let's practice together. C, E flat, G flat, A, D flat, E, G, B flat, D, F, A flat, B, and C. Okay, so now we're going to practice in a different way. We're going to change cycles here too again. Let's go through this cycle of minor thirds descending. C, A, B, A flat, F, D, B flat, G, E, D flat, and C. Okay, good. So now, how about if we just practice left hand? So we're gonna practice left hand and we're gonna follow the cycle. So like almost like a stride fashion. So left hand root on the 1, or yeah, and then we're gonna play the chord on the 3rd beat. So here we go, C, A, G flat, E flat, B, A flat, F, D, B flat, G, E, and D flat. Okay, so that's a nice workout, but we have one more mode. How about if we play the chord, yeah, with our left hand, and then we're gonna play the root as melody with the right hand. What would be the purpose of this practice? To me, that kind of emphasizes kind of the mood when I'm playing a solo, yeah, and I'm playing my voicings with my left hand and then melody lines with my right, yeah. So that kind of emphasizes, yeah, that mood. So here we go. C, A, G flat, E flat, B, A flat, F, D, B flat, G, E, D flat, and C. Okay, so I hope that you enjoyed this practice. This is how I practice myself and practice with my students. So now, if we have time, yes, we have time. We have a couple minutes. I want to do some salsa piano. Salsa piano. And here we have this 2-5-1 chord progression. So we have I'm just gonna play the chord. So we're in the key of C. So we have an E minor 7 going to an A7, E flat minor 7, A flat 7, D minor 7, G7, and ending on the C major 7. So those are 2 5s. 2 5, 2 5, 2 5 1. Yeah, I could analyze. Yeah, I don't know if we can have this is a 2 5 of the 2, and here we can say that maybe this is a 2 5. It's a substitute dominant 2 5. Yeah, so the A flat would be a substitute dominant. Yeah, of the D7. Yeah, they both have the same tritone. So the A flat 7 is going to resolve to the G7. So there is a delayed resolution there. A flat 7, boom, to the G7 here. Yeah, so that's one way of seeing it. And then we have a regular 2 5. So now what we're going to do is we're going to rhythmicize, this chord progression in a montuno pattern in 2-3 clave. 1, 2, 3, and. Okay, so now we're gonna play with percussion. So let me change my camera so you can see my left hand better. Let's see. Perfect. That actually helps. Okay, so we're gonna start slow. So we're gonna start with 132 beats per minute. And here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So also, you can see that I'm kind of playing my left hand, some of the notes kind of short. But nevertheless, the way I wrote them was in a different way. All the notes are legato, they're tied to each other. So I'm actually following the tradition, at least what I learned, the tradition of how to write the bass lines in salsa styles. Nevertheless, when I play, I try to imitate the baby bass, who has a very short decay. So all those years of playing salsa, man, so many years. And I always used to hear that bass, bass player. And when we didn't have a baby bass player in the band, but just a regular electric bass, still the player tried to imitate that boom, that short decay. Okay, so now we're going to take it to another level. We're going to go to 148 beats per minute, so it's going to be faster. So here we go. 1,
2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, now we're gonna move on. And let's take it to 164 beats per minute. Yeah, so now that we're going to a faster tempos, yeah, let's keep our wrists open and light, even though we're kind of playing with a lot of strength. Yeah, let's keep part of our attention on a open wrist, and always let's keep our attention on our breathing. Yeah, and I have to give thanks to my teacher, Stephanie Tiernan, yeah, who was a student also of Madame Chaloff. And Stephanie wrote an amazing book on technique and a lot of their different concepts of breathing and attention, yeah, that I highly would recommend you to check it out. Okay. So here, 164 beats per minute.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, and why don't we take it up a notch? Yeah, let's go to 172 beats per minute. So now we're starting to get into that medium up tempo. Yeah, so here we go, 172 beats per minute.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, should we take it up a notch? Yes, let's go to 180. 180 beats per minute, yeah, and then we're gonna stop there. So 180 beats per minute, here we go.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, good. So I hope that you enjoyed today's class. I definitely did. And I'm going to say goodbye until next Saturday, same time, 11 a.m. Los Angeles time, and hope to see you then. Okay, so until next week. So thank you for being with me in this live broadcast. We covered a lot of material, and we're going to continue to do so in our next class. I'll see you next week, same time, same channel. Until then, have a wonderful week. Practice your instrument every day, and listen, and play lots of good music. See you next week.